Hello, everyone, and welcome to Moto 2 at Lydden Hill. Going to close out the first race night on the season for our RX season. Not exactly how we planned on one of these happening probably back in Halo 5, but here we are doing the RX season with these hog tracks, and definitely a fan of this one too. A little bit of an experiment here, a bit of a shorter track than what we're used to doing, but Nate is out invert in Moto 2, and we're green. Let's see what we got here in the start. How do they fare into the chicane? It was actually pretty good. I mean, Vulcan goes a little rogue there. Oh my god. How does Detail not flip over right there? That was insane. I don't know how everybody keeps it on 4 through the whoops on the first lap there. I have no clue how that happened, but that was incredible. Early Joker coming out. That's spicy. A couple early Jokers coming out. We'll get an update on that here in a sec. Watch these battles in the chicane. Big run right there. That was, I think that was Opix. Can be Solange again and Vulcan going for the early Jokers this time around. I could see it. I could see it on this track, especially if you're back a decent amount. Like, with how, like, look at this. With how congested it gets in that chicane early on. Like, I could see it, actually. This is a track where... Oh, Matt going down. Ah, that sucks. Just Opix getting stuck on him there. But yeah, with how congested the turns can get on this track, and how cheesy it could get, and how it could easily lead to like a pretty bad mistake, I could actually see the early Joker strategy having some merit to it on this one. That's a big run of the inside for Luke there. Hunter in the lead. It's Armada in the podium spot early again. Soul there in 4th. Yeah, Hunter having a really strong lead here early on. He's off to a hot start. So that's that top 4. It looks like Details worked his way into 5th. After that incredible save on the beginning. I don't know how the hell that happened. Oh! Heavy hits in the whoops. They're keeping it on 4, though. See those guys that took the Joker? They're in a train of their... I love that. They're in a train of their own. All the Joker takers are in a train of their own back there. Love that. Love this style of racing. Oh, Soul. I commend it. He tried to keep it on that outside. Tried to keep it off the rocks. Really close to doing so, but... I mean, he did a good job. He could have wrecked out really bad. Some Jokers. Detail and Opix. Getting a Joker down. They come out in front of the pack. That's big for them. Those guys that all took their Joker. Their first Joker. That's big that they came out in front of them. Made it in front of that train. Very huge. So it's still Hunter just with a great lead right now. Luke, Soul. Armada's falling back to 4th. Just crazy train right here. No Ozzy. That was a bad one. Matt coming up behind Detail there in the middle of that sandwich with Detail and Opix, those guys that took that Joker. Matt gonna take his Joker here. Gonna take a Joker, I should say. Can he Goomba? I don't think he's in the range to Goomba anyone. Unfortunate. Hunter's still leading, but I think he had a little cheese for Luke and Soul there. Oh, hold on to it. No, Hunter goes down. Oh, a little contact right there. Luke and Soul work their way. Hunter's still holding on to the top 3. But that hurts. He had a pretty decent gap too, but he's going to lose the lead there. Luke and Soul going to go into 1st and 2nd. Hunter now has pressure from Armada in behind as well. Did I say in behind? Shocked. Yeah. This is why I can't be doing the commentaries this late. But yeah, Armada trying to work this 3rd place spot. Not going to be able to do it there. Man, Soul. Oh, Hunter goes down again. Soul really sending it in the whoops. I saw that. He had a great entry speed. Kind of lost it on the exit. That's Detail with a decent gap right there. And then look at this. Look at this. Matt, Slaunch. Oh, can be Vulcan, Opix. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. Are you kidding? Oh, my goodness. Oh, they're even trading the hogs back. Oh, my goodness. That's almost like a Shacked and a Fool moment right there. Oh, that is unfortunate. Vulcan Yeah, can be. That's like effectively going to end their race. That is tough. Especially Vulcan had a really strong start to the night. Pretty well, he could have had a pretty decent heat performance. Kind of unfortunately lost at the end, but had a really good first moto, which is what matters. That's what pays the points. And then yeah, that's the second moto is probably chalked now. That's just super rough. It's interesting here. Detail right here is the farthest one up that has taken a Joker. He's not taken both, but he has taken a Joker, and he's catching up to third and fourth. So this is going to get interesting coming up here. First and second also have not taken any Jokers. This top four not taking any Jokers. And then those guys have taken a Joker each, like Slaunch there. Opix and them, they've all taken a Joker. Be interesting to see how this plays out. God. Oh! Detail goes down, end over end. This might be a big moment. Going for that overall, trying to bring it back, and yeah, this might be a setback for him. Just unfortunate there at the end. Pretty rough recovery, too. The hog breaks his back, lands on top of him. Does stay out in front of Slaunch, though, which is potentially pretty important. Oh, battle there. Matt and Opix going at it. Opix going for that crossover. And leaving the daylight there, but... Oh, I almost thought he was going to go for a Joker for a second. Oh, wow. Holding on to it, but Opix gets that run. Matt's sliding out really heavily. Contact there. This battle. Is Hunter and Armada still? Jesus. Oh, Hunter's been... I mean, you could tell the way he's running it. Hunter goes rogue. He just keeps it pinned, and it finally costs him there. On the bright side for Hunter, though, literally all of his recoveries, I swear, in these whip wrecks have been pretty insane. Like, some people have had some super rough setbacks. I feel like Hunter's recoveries have been pretty incredible. He's just going to take his first Joker here. Oh, getting caught up on the ruts. He's going to go behind Detail and Slaunch for sure, but he might stay in front of the rest of these guys. That's pretty good. Hunter still potentially in a position to compete for, like, a top 5 here. I think he's going to start to single out a little bit. Who took their Joker here? Matt going to take, I believe, he definitely took one. So Matt going to full send it, take his second Joker. Oh, Slaunch holds on to it. I saw that. I saw he held the brakes there at the end, and I think that helped him bring the tires back down. That was pretty clutch, because that could have been really bad for Slaunch right there. Potentially a big moment in the race. Hunter on the outside just going to take his second Joker. Who's that? I think Armada taking his first up there. Oh. Taking it to the inside of Slaunch. They're battling. Look at this. Nice. Side by side. Little bit of contact. But again, like, that's... For that section, that's relatively clean. That's honestly not bad. For how tough that section is, that amount of contact, that's not that bad. Good battle on the exit right there. Armada's going to get Slaunch on that one. But... Slaunch, I believe, has both Jokers done at this point. Actually, he might not. I'm not sure. I think he does. I'm faded. I don't know. But look at this big run. Slaunch definitely figuring out that line. Look at this massive run on the straight. Taking it all the way to the chicane. Not going to be able to complete the pass, but you could tell he just gained so much time right there. Interesting. Different lines. Can Slaunch set it up? He's going to... Oh! That's going to be a bit of a setback. On the bright side for Slaunch, that happened early enough to where he was able to still get enough speed to jump, to actually take that jump. If he had to roll, then that would have been really costly, but on the bright side for him, he was able to still have enough for that. Matt here. Luke and Soul still a pretty similar gap. They're still staying pretty close to each other. Stretched out the gap a little bit, but I mean, it's still not that far off. Pretty healthy gap for 1 and 2, and oh, I thought Soul was gonna go for it for a second there. Going to 85, by the way. So, or sorry, 89. I keep messing it up. 89 going to 89. So we're pretty far into this race. We're over halfway at this point. And again, it's pretty spread in the top spots, but also late jokers coming in. Once those jokers come in, things are going to get spicy. This backpack's pretty spicy too. Like right here, this is still Matt leading the pack here, and still Luke and Soul, I think. Or that's Matt. Yeah, that makes sense. That's Matt sandwiched in the middle. So Luke got around Matt for the blue flag. Soul gonna be the next up, gonna try to do that. And then here's Detail in a very comfy third as well. Just kind of on his own. Armada and Slaunch still in positions where they could potentially be competing for top fives here. Wow! Oh, that's unfortunate. Let's take a look at that again. Just caught the tail end of that one. So Vulcan on a recovery drive here, a pretty massive recovery drive. Remember, he had that big issue earlier, and trying to make up some time, trying to make up some spots here. Catching up to Hunter. And you could tell, like, Vulcan's line much better through the chicane right there. He's making big gains. He's sending it through the whoops. Really good. That's unfortunate. That's unfortunate right there. Because, yeah, Vulcan had that line locked in right there. That was about to be a very fast whip run. And, like, low-key, sometimes it's tough because, you know, a lot of the times through the whoops, you know, those runs get stopped short, like people's either front or rear end get kicked up, and so, like, you don't really know if they're going to get that run or not, so you might go to protect and then ends up getting cheesed. It's a tough call. People taking the whoops differently. Like, sometimes you take it safe, sometimes you're sending it, and it seems like a lot of people have different techniques on this track through it. Oh, that's a rough one, too. Oh, man, those Armada on that one. That's tough, because he was in a really good spot. That's going to be pretty costly. Loses that gap that he had. Going to put that top 5 in jeopardy. Is that a battle? Oh, this is Detail putting Matalab down. Okay. Oh, Soul going down in the whoops as well. Everybody getting at least one in. And yeah, now that's going to stretch out the gap. Luke going to go for a Joker here. That's going to stretch out the gap now. So Luke definitely with a pretty decent gap. Needs to keep it clean and can probably hold on to this one. But if he gets... Oh, Soul. Let's take a look at that. This is just a brutal lap. This lap here for Soul is just a brutal lap in the race. First going down in the whoops, and he's like, all right, I'll take my Joker. And then look at this. Beefs it a little too hard, and yup, that's the risk of when you go a little too hard into that. And, recovers into this freaking other seat, too, the passenger seat, and now he finally gets in. He's got to turn it around as well. Man, that is brutal. Soul was definitely on for potentially a podium finish, and now... You know, can he even get a top 5? Like, that actually just cost him that much time. That is absolutely brutal. Oh, and it's going down for all the leaders. What is happening? This lap, or this couple lap stretch here is just cursed, but let's take a look at this. That's going to be an end over end for Luke and the Whoops. And look, it's such a bad one, too. And this is going to cost a lot of time having to take it over and turn it around. Is able to pull it out in front of Detail, but it's going to be a pretty close gap, and now the race is going to be back on. It looked like the gap was enough where it was probably checked, but now that that wreck was brutal enough to where we could have a battle for the lead yet again. Just spiced up the race tremendously, and are they going to do this battle here? We're going to see some Jokers, and then also we're just like 5 laps to go, so we're getting to the end of it here too. See how they decide to do it. Going into the whoops again. And it's also kind of a tough thing, too, because, like, you know, after you go down once, it's like, do you keep sending it, or do you, like, back off it a little bit? Like, what do you do? It is a tricky section. It's the key to this track. Interesting. Luke in the lead going to go for the Joker here. Let Detail go by. Interesting call here. Oh, another one going down in the whoops. That's Soul again, man. That's tough. Oh, this is going to get spicy. Look at this. Slaunch coming out right in front of Luke. Luke going to the inside, potentially going to trigger it back to the left at the last second. And this is actual battle for position. Back down in the chicane. It's going to get the spot. Potentially a pretty big pass right there. Wow, that got spicy. And look, while that was going on, what is happening? The lead, these top 2 spots are cursed. Now it's Detail with the rough Whoops going down. Man, if one of these top guys could have just not cheesed it, not even being fast, but could have just not cheesed it the entire race, if one of these 3 guys, or even with Soul in that group, could have done that, they would have won for sure. But everybody at some point having an issue, and Detail just going to go in for his Joker lap, and that's unfortunate because he was going to be in this battle. It was probably going to be a 3-way battle for the lead. Could have been pretty insane. Detail, Luke, and Slaunch, but now Detail probably going to settle into that 3rd place spot with that. You see he's going to come out well in front of, well, Matt. Wow, these guys still haven't gotten by Matt, so it's Hunter and Vulcan. Hunter and Vulcan, yeah, Soul is on the back end of it now. But yeah, that's brutal because he would have been involved in this, and it could have been a sweet potential, but now probably locked in that 3rd unless he has another cheese, which at this point, who knows? Who knows if both of the leaders don't have one. Yeah, the whoop section, just, again, the lead, the top 2's just been cursed recently. Oh, well, there it is. Yeah, everybody's just going down on it. And like I said, like, if one of these, like, top 4 or 5 runners could have just, again, not even been, like, fast, but just not wrecked through it the entire race, probably could have helped, you know? Probably could have been pretty important. Probably could have helped him out a ton. Maybe secured a win, but we're 2 to go. Let's get on board with Slaunch in 2nd. Remember, he finished 3rd in the 1st moto. And Slaunch now in 2nd place and a potential chance for the win, trying to carry on that momentum. Had a strong, many good finishes in the regular season, but very inconsistent. Wasn't able to take the win, and then finally able to get that win in the grand finals at the very end of last season. Trying to continue that momentum into tonight, and we're going to the white flag. One more opportunity. And Slaunch line it up. I like this line. He's bringing the speed. Gonna have to go for it on the last lap. Or are they gonna go on the whoops? And you could tell, setting it just full pin. Oh, almost. Oh, man, that would have been close. It would have been tough because Luke would have been on the right side, but man, what a run right there. You could tell it was just full commitment, but the race isn't over yet. It's a few hog lengths, but maybe if you could just get there with a good run. Gonna send it into the chicane. Not gonna be able to do it. Luke's gonna take the win. Slaunch 2nd. Detail will take 3rd. And I low-key kind of want to rewind before it gets too cheesy because I saw something go down. Well, we'll take a look at this again because look at this. This run is insane. And Luke doing that line he's been doing, just going like through the middle, and yeah, Slaunch is just absolutely railing it through. Just had so much momentum on that one. Okay, so it's Hunter and Vulcan. Soul. Yeah, I don't know how. Oh, wow. Hunter biffs it. Hunter biffs it right in front of Vulcan. Oh, look at that. Look at that. That is so unfortunate. Let's take a look at this. More whoop cheese on the last lap with these battles. So let's take a look at what happened here. So Hunter trying to hold on to another top 5. And again, just full commitment, and he just gets out of shape. And they come right into him, and Soul just barely clips that rock in the left, just runs out of room. Oh, he rides the 2-wheel all the way. Oh my goodness, what a brutal moto for Soul. It could have been so much better. Is this a battle here? Hunter and Vulcan still going at it to the end. Oh, I like the attempt. I like the idea, but Vulcan not going to be able to do it. But yeah, Hunter and Vulcan taking those top 5s again. That's brutal for Soul. The way that ended out. Brutal for Armada, too. He was running pretty high up early on as well. But yeah, another crazy Moto, too. Really putting on a show. Yeah, that was a pretty incredible race night. Both motos really putting it on, especially the second one was kind of a slow burn, but once it got hot, it got pretty insane. Those last few laps were super unpredictable. Didn't know what was going to happen. Then at the end of the night, we'll take a look at the overall results with all the points tallied in that last race. Going to be important. Luke's going to take the overall in the night with 32 points. Detail 1 point off at 31. It's already going to be a close battle there at the end of the first night. And then Slaunch getting on the podium twice, 29 points. Going to round out that top 3 overall. Getting the hiccup action at the worst time. Hunter and Vulcan trading off those top fives, and they actually tie. Hunter's going to get the tiebreaker, but Hunter Vulcan 25-25, fourth and fifth. Soul taking sixth. Brutal. Could have